Good evening, everyone. I'm Karen, and this is my partner, Kirsty. We're Beatrice Hunter's mums. I'd like to start this evening with an experience of ours which, given the audience in the room and a no offence intended disclaimer, we'd like to share with you. When I was about 7 months pregnant with Beatrice, we went on a baby moon to Melbourne, and we went out and saw a live show together, and it was a good night, and when the DJ came on, we decided that was our time to make tracks. And we were standing near the loudspeakers at the time, and a friend said to us, "Oh, why are you leaving so early?" And we said, I gestured toward the baby bump, and they said, "You don't want a disco baby." And Kirsty, quick as a flash, said, "No, we don't want a deaf baby." And so then, and Beatrice isn't deaf. She has partial hearing loss, and I don't want to diverge from my notes because I'll be all over the shop and half an hour later we'll still be here. So Beatrice, my notes say, and yet 5 years later, here we are. So Beatrice, in fact, was diagnosed with bilateral sensorineural hearing loss about a year ago at the age of 4. Unlike the good gentleman Matic that spoke at the first hour chair, I am brought to tears quite easily, so I hope I can get through this. Despite failing the Swish screening test 3 times when she was born, Beatrice actually passed the ABR testing a few weeks later at 40 weeks, and we were given the all clear. And during that 3-week period, because she was born at about 37 weeks, there were a lot of tears and anxiety, and we were assured, sorry, I might be a bit too close to the microphone, and we were assured that of all the disabilities or people with additional needs, the issues to have these days, that hearing was a good one because it's well funded, and Australia, thank you Mr Shepherd, is world leading in the technologies and services available. So we kind of went in for the ABR testing expecting the worst and came out thinking that we had nothing to worry about. And we went on through Beatrice's infancy, and there were other issues along the way. But it wasn't until I have diverged from my notes, by the way. I've got lots of funny little things in here that I'm probably not going to get back to. And it was when Beatrice went for grommet surgery almost a year ago to the day, 27th of November last year. I remember the date so clearly. And for middle ear effusion, I remember also saying she can hear the birds sing, but we weren't entirely convinced. And the post-audiological testing showed that she actually had permanent hearing loss, and that we were referred immediately to Australian Hearing, and she was fitted with her first set of hearing aids on the 27th of January, all these 27ths, I don't know, maybe the dates aren't that clear, but 27th of January this year, just in time for preschool. In any case, at that time, it was, oh my God, the penny had dropped, everything made sense because we had issues, and we were feeling guilty and relieved, guilty that as her parents we hadn't picked up on it sooner, and relieved also for finally having some way of understanding why she wasn't hitting her milestones and her speech wasn't developing as expected. And we feel she's a bright child, and she certainly is. In any case, enter the Shepherd Centre. Beatrice, I remember the day we walked into the Shepherd Centre unannounced, and I wasn't aware of all that was involved and whatnot. And we were quickly kind of told that resources had been allocated for the year, and the staff there weren't sure whether or not they'd be able to help our family with provision of services, etc. But somehow the team pulled it together and got us onto their books, and we haven't looked back. So thank you to all the staff that made that happen. I've loved sharing stories with other parents and many of you here tonight, and learning from staff at the Talk Together sessions, etc. All there is to know about hearing loss and how best to help Beatrice have every opportunity in her life, regardless. As for our kids, they just love the Shepherd Centre. Beatrice has a 3-year-old brother, Billy, and he's as big as she is small. And when asked by their grandparents one weekend when we went there for a visit, they live on a farm, what was their favourite part of the day, my parents were expecting the kids to say collecting their chooks' eggs or riding on Poppy's tractor or something. They both cheered, going to the Shepherd Centre. You know, it's just a crazy thing in our family. Wow, we're going to what are we doing today, Mum? We're going to the Shepherd Centre. Wow, you know, can we ride our scooters? Because we live in Erskineville, so yeah, we're forever grateful that we've tapped into your service. It's just been amazing. Now, I don't want to thank anyone individually because I genuinely like to thank you all. And I could easily go through and mention names because there are so many people that in such a short period have touched our lives and helped us. But having said that, I do really want to single out Alicia Davis. Thank you everybody else. I really would love to say a personal mention to everyone, but I realise I've probably already gone over 5 minutes. Alicia has gone above and beyond taking on Beatrice for auditory verbal sessions and taking on that caseload when, you know, she's obviously got a lot of issues in her professional and personal life already. So you've worked closely with our family over the past 2 terms to help prepare Beatrice for primary school. And the good news is, just today I had a meeting with the director of Beatrice's preschool, and she said to me, she remarked on how our darling little girl has come on in, she said, quantum leaps this year since having the hearing aids fitted. Whereas a teacher last year who absolutely loved Beatrice, I remember asking her when we're off to the Sydney Kids Hospital to see a neurological paediatrician prior to diagnosis, and just saying, how's she keeping up? And she said, well, I have to be honest, she's not where the other kids are at, you know, and I knew she was bright. I know she's bright. In any case, it was just lovely to hear the teacher say today, she's come on in quantum leaps. And that's no small part due to the support we get from the Shepherd Centre. So thank you all. Thank you so much.